So at this point, I won't go through all of them, but I want to make sure, because we do have some instances where there was an increase. And of course, we are going to be completely transparent. I would like to believe that everybody should grow, but that's not necessarily the case. All right? So if you go from 6th to 7th grade, English language arts, the same cohort, we start with ELL, special education, general education, then the total number of students. So let's go to special education. In the 6th grade, the first year, 39 students tested, 40% of those students were proficient. Assessment 2, the following year, same 39 students. And again, each year the tests are more difficult because the expectation is, as you continue to grow, we expect them to master those skills. But only 28% the following year were proficient, for minus 12% in increase in performance. So it's minus 50. All right? Let's move on to the next. From 7th grade to 8th grade, English language arts. 7th to 8th grade, ELL, we have a plus 9% increase in performance. Special education, there was no increase, there was no growth there. 7th, 8th grade general education, there was a plus 9% increase. And total number of students, 45% increase, 45% proficiency. The first year, the second year, 52% proficiency, for a plus 7% increase in performance. 8th grade to English 1. So let's say we're talking about 8th grade students in middle school going into high school to English 1. All right? 8th grade students, now the following year, they are 9th grade in the high school for English 1. The first group of students, the cohort, is English language arts. There were 3 students. Of the 3 students, 29% were proficient. The following year in English 1, 43% of the 3 students were proficient, for plus 14 increase in proficiency. Special education, 25 students, 20% proficiency, 20% of the 25 were proficient, 40% of the 25 were proficient the next year, for a plus 20 increase in proficiency. General education, 148 students, 45% were proficient the first year, 52% were proficient the second year, for a plus 7 increase in proficiency. Total number of students, 8th grade, English language arts, 41% the first year, 50% the second year, for a plus 9% increase in proficiency. Now we're pretty much at the high school, going from English 1 to English 2. ELL was just 1 student, 49% proficiency. There was no growth. There could be a situation where that student didn't take the test the second year. In order for you to show up on this chart with any type of numbers, you had to take both tests. If you didn't take both tests, you wouldn't show up. All right? English 1, English 2, special education. There were 23 students. 40% of the 23 were proficient. The second year, English 2, same 23 students, 43% of the 23 were proficient, for a plus 3 increase in performance. General education, 153 students, 39% of the 153 first year were proficient. The second year, 46% of the 153 were proficient, for a plus 7 increase in proficiency. Total number of students, 177. First year, 36% were proficient. Second year, 43% were proficient, for a plus 7 increase in proficiency. And then you go from English 2 to English 3. You can see from one year to the next, ELL, special education, general education, total number of students we have a plus 14 growth in proficiency, plus 7, plus 11, plus 10% increase in proficiency across the board from English 2 to English 3. Mathematics. Now, if you want me to slow down, I'll slow down. I'm hoping that at this point you follow along with me. The information pretty much stays the same. The only difference would be either plus or minus any increase in proficiency or minus increase in proficiency. So we all can follow so far? Okay. All right. Same format, ladies and gentlemen, what we're doing mathematics. 3rd grade to 4th grade. First year, ELL, 14 students tested. Second year, 4th grade, same 14 students tested. They went from a 9% proficiency the first year to 30% proficiency the second year, for a plus 21 increase in proficiency. As we move down, special education, general education, and then the total number of students. We have a 12% increase in proficiency for special ed, a plus 6% for the general ed students. The total students, we have a plus 7% increase in mathematics from 3rd grade to 4th grade. 4th grade to 5th grade. Cohorts are the same, ELL, special education, general education, total number of students. 4th to 5th grade, mathematics, ELL, we had a minus 7% decrease in proficiency. Because the first year, there was a 30% increase, 30% proficiency, went down to 23% proficiency the following year for minus in total overall proficiency for ELL. Following along, special education, 4th to 5th grade, 31 students tested, 24% proficiency the first year, 31% proficiency the second year, for a plus 7 increase in proficiency. 4th to 5th grade, general education or general ed students, 232 students, 31% proficiency first year, 31% proficiency the second year. There was no increase in proficiency. For the total number of students, 277, 30% were proficient the first year, 30% of the students were proficient in the 5th grade. There was no increase in the percentage of proficiency. 5th to 6th grade, mathematics, and now I'll move along so that we make sure I cover all the. From 5th to 6th grade, ELL, 14 students, 23% proficient in the first year, 64% proficient the second year, for a plus 41 increase in proficiency. Special education, 50 students tested, 21 proficient in the first year, 49% proficient in the second year, for a plus 28 increase in proficiency. General ed, 214 students, 28% proficient in the 5th grade, 60% proficient in the 6th grade, for a plus 32% proficiency. Total number of students, 276, 26% in the 5th grade were proficient, 58% were proficient in the 6th grade, for a plus 32 increase in proficiency. 7th to 8th grade, pretty much the same. Again, ELL, special ed, general ed, all students. We have a plus 1 proficiency, ELL, plus 7 increase in proficiency for special ed, plus 6 proficiency for general ed, and plus 5 proficiency for the total number of students. From 8th grade students in middle school taking math, going to the high school for the first time taking Algebra 1. From 8th grade to Algebra 1 in the high school, 44 students, were tested in ELL, 39% proficiency in the first year, and then in Algebra 1, there were only 34% proficiency, for a minus 5 decrease in overall performance. 9th to 12th grade, 31% proficiency in the first year, 31% proficiency the second year, for a plus 21 increase in proficiency. 10th to 12th grade, 31% proficiency the first year, 31% proficiency the second year, for a plus 21 increase in proficiency. 11th to 12th grade, 31% proficiency in the first year, 31% proficiency the second year, for a plus 21 increase in proficiency. 12th to 15th grade, 31% proficiency in the first year, 31% proficiency the second year, for a plus 21 increase in proficiency. 13th to 16th grade, 31% proficiency in the first year, 31% proficiency the second year, for a plus 21 increase in proficiency. 14th to 16th grade, 31% proficiency in the first year, 31% proficiency the second year, for a plus 21 increase in proficiency. 15th to 18th grade, 31% proficiency in the first year, 31% proficiency the second year Special education, there were 19 students tested. In 8th grade, 31% were proficient. Algebra 1, following year, only 19% were proficient, for a minus 12 decrease in total proficiency. General education students, 100 students were tested, 39% proficiency in the first year. Algebra 1, they were only 32% proficient, for a minus 7 decrease in proficiency. Total number, 123, 38% proficiency in 8th grade. Algebra 1, there was only 31% proficiency, for a minus 7 decrease in overall performance. Again, we want to show you not only all the things that are going right, but also show you some of the areas where we still are applying and making sure these young people get where they need to be. The next one, Algebra 2, from geometry to Algebra 2. From geometry to Algebra 2, and again, we're talking about the high school. ELL students, there were 2 students tested, 48% in the first year for geometry. Algebra 2, of the 2 students, 86%, for plus 38 increase in proficiency. Geometry to Algebra 2, special ed, 15 students tested, 22% proficient, 53% proficient, following year in Algebra 2 for plus 31 increase in proficiency. Geometry to Algebra 2, general education, 111 students tested, 44% proficiency in geometry, 48% proficiency in Algebra 2 for a plus 4 increase in proficiency. Total number of students, geometry, the first year, 128 students, 42% proficiency. Algebra 2, following year, 49% proficiency for a plus 7 increase in proficiency. Excuse me. Oh, did I do that wrong? Yeah. Okay, good. There it is. EL students. All the EL students, for mathematics is concerned. In the first year, 78 students tested, 22% proficiency in the first year, 37% proficiency the following year, for a plus 15% increase in proficiency. Special education, 285 students, 20% proficiency first year, 34% proficiency the second year, for a plus 14% proficiency increase in proficiency. Junior education, 1,605 students, first year, 32% proficiency, second year, 39% proficiency, for a plus 7 increase in proficiency. Total 1,961 students, and 30% proficiency the first year, 39% proficiency the second year, for a plus 9% increase in proficiency. Are there any questions?
Yes, Superintendent.
Yes, sir.
What is considered proficient?
Or at least grade level or above. The student has to test at grade level that they're proficient. If they don't test at grade level, then they're not considered proficient.
What happens to a lot of the students that didn't? What are you doing to help with the
We continue to use Lincoln as our assessment. The Lincoln assessment gives the teacher an opportunity to have a printout on a regular basis to determine the strengths and weaknesses of those individual students. Therefore, he or she can plan to meet those needs either in small groups or one-on-one. And as of course you know, we do have opportunities where we have teachers going into those classrooms working with small groups. We have 2 or more teachers in the same classroom. We have an after-school program. We also have a summer program for those young people in grade C. So those young people who end up in the bottom 30% are the ones who target groups. Any other questions? Yes, ma'am.
Are we able to get a copy of the PowerPoint?
I can make that available to you. That's not a problem. This is an opportunity, and in closing, you don't have any additional questions. Yes, I'm sorry, Ms. Leanders. Yes.
District-wide, for up 10% ELA and 9% or 9%. So are they looking at grade level or are they looking at?
I'm sorry.
Sorry.
Sorry, I'll repeat. So total district-wise for ELA, you're up 10 points.
Right.
For mathematics, we're up 9 points. So on that, when we're doing this application, are they looking at the grade level of what you presented or the district totals that were up by the points?
Both. And they'll only give you the opportunity for this consideration if you're using an assessment that is equal to or better than what they have as far as the state assessment. So Lincoln is equal to the state assessment. The same skills are being tested. We believe that as a district, when we are going in the classroom day to day, we are able to show that there is growth from within those classrooms, and our young people showing measurable gain. You've heard me say this repeatedly year after year. Just show measurable gain. If you can show measurable gain each year where those young people are growing, then we're moving in the right direction. Our Lincoln Assessment Scores show that there is measurable gain. We believe that in the absence, of course, during COVID, learning loss took place and all those other things, we believe that that's not necessarily a true assessment of what our young people are capable of doing. The state is providing this opportunity for us. This isn't something we're coming up with and asking, can we do this instead of that? The state said to us, as a result of COVID and things that have occurred as a result of learning loss, based on where you work, if you can show us that your young people have shown measurable gain and growth during that time, using your assessment, because each school district must have an assessment for your own benchmark so you can measure the growth of your young people during the course of the school year. We are going to take this opportunity to present it to the state. Now, let me go back to the original statement that I made early on. We've been trying to get it to 80% for years. We believe that this is an opportunity for us to get it. As young people deserve, teachers deserve, the district deserves. There's a lot of work that's going into what we're trying to do. We believe that our young people continue to reflect, and that's why I always say to you, particularly during presentation, we look at some of the state assessments before people say, the state assessment does not always reflect the achievement level of all the young people, because upon graduation, continue to show that our young people are graduating and going to some of the best colleges and universities in the country. You ask yourself, well, how is that possible? Because we know the skill level of these young people. And sometimes standardized tests doesn't necessarily always provide you with that opportunity to see that. But we believe that we are moving in the right direction. We believe that our young people go to school well. And it is the only area that we have not achieved 80%. So at this point, we don't know what the outcome will be. The other section of the instruction program is our curriculum. We believe that our curriculum is in place. During their visit here a few weeks ago, they were pleased with what they saw. And we are certain at this point that this is one of our best opportunities to get the initial points that we need to get to 80%.
We have a strategic plan for our curriculum.
Yes, we do.
And the 5 year, everyone may not know, but the 5-year plan.
We do have a 5-year
And you
plan.
assess it how?
I'm sorry, you
How do you assess your curriculum?
Well, first of all, you have to set your curriculum based on the needs of the students and the staff. And based on what they need, particularly in the areas of language arts, literacy, and math, that's how we build our curriculum. That's how we build our assessment in terms of textbooks, resources, supplemental materials. We build it around the needs as well as the state standards. You have to make sure that you stay stable. So when they came in a few weeks ago and looked at where we were, I am confident that they're not going to have any problems with Africa. I think everything that they look for is in place. As a matter of fact, I'm just going to go out on a limb and say that many of the things that they saw, they were bound to please. They were going to ask Dr. Carpenter and her crew or her team to make some presentations in other parts of the state, because what they saw and how we develop Africa is something they think we should be able to share. So we're pleased with that. So at this point, we think that we have a very good chance of getting things through.
I commend you all for doing that, and the reason why I asked about the curriculum, how the strategic plan board is to show the growth that, since I've been on the board, 12 years, and the growth that curriculum has taken place. So I want to commend everyone, and the textbooks, so that's part of it.
Yes. Well, we've been chipping away with it year after year after year after year. We've been chipping away. Our numbers continue to rise, but I think this, and of course, if you get at least 80% of the 5 categories, then you will not be in CUSAC status, meaning you don't have to come in every year to assess it, that type of thing. So on behalf of course, our Department of Curriculum Department and our team of individuals who are here, principals, teachers out there who are really working with those who've been with us over the years, who have seen that growth, just continuously working at it. They need to be. Yes, sir.
Question about CUSAC.
Yes.
2022, 23, CUSAC report, that would be the time.
Well, usually it takes about 4 months. In most cases, we do not receive that report until maybe June, July. So in September or prior to, we'll be able to say, this is our CUSAC, and I do a public presentation on our CUSAC results, so we'll make that available to you. All right. Any other questions? Thank you, Madam President.
Thank you, Madam President. I think you know, said the podium.
Mr. Law.
Do we have a mic for the podium?
We use it.
Board members will be now open our curriculum audio. I was remiss, and I'm glad that you did get up. I would like to just to recognize our Winslow Township Committee, Board 1, Mr. Liggins, and I'm hoping that this information that you received here tonight, you certainly take the time to share it with the rest of the township. At this point, board members, we're looking at correspondence. Ms. Chico, would there be any correspondence?
Yes, Madam President, there are correspondence. This is from Winslow Township Education Association.
Ms. Chico, be sure to
Hello. Okay. The piece of correspondence is from the Winslow Township Education Association's president, Mr. Rain. He addressed this letter to Dr. H. Major Poteet on February 21st. It says, I hope this correspondence finds you well. On behalf of the members of the Winslow Township Education Association, I would like to express our gratitude for Friday's February 17th, 2023 in-service. I heard from many members who expressed their gratitude for the in-service agenda that included self-care. I think it is a great idea to balance it with curriculum workshops either in the morning or in the afternoon. I definitely would like to thank Dr. Dorothy Carcamo, Ms. Teresa Clement, Mr. John Anzanzo, Ms. Stella Hafuma, and Ms. Cheryl Schwartz for bringing this to the Winslow Township staff and all of the time and effort they put in to make it a success. It was greatly appreciated. We certainly hope this type of in-service continues in the future. If such in-service goes far in improving staff morale as we negotiate our post-COVID era. If I missed anyone, please extend my association gratitude to them as well. Thank you sincerely, David Green, WTE President.
Thank you, Mr. Chico. That is good news. No further, Mr. Chico? Thank you. Board members, at this time, I'm asking for a motion to approve our board minutes from our previous meeting on February 8th, both open session and closed session. Is there a motion?
Motion to approve the meeting minutes of the Board of Education for our open and closed session on February.
Peterson, second the motion.
Moved by Ms. Nieves, second by Ms. Peterson. Further comments or questions? Hearing none, roll call please.
Ms. Dredden?
Yes.
Ms. Martin?
Yes.
Ms. Moore?
Yes.
Ms. Nieves?
Yes.
Mr. Thomas?
Yes.
Ms. Peterson?
Yes.
Ms. Pitts?
Yes.
Motion is carried.
Thank you, Ms. Chico. Moving now to our board committee reports. At this time, I'm going to ask our education student representative, Mr. Meyer, if she would give her report first.
Yes. Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
Good evening, board members. Thank you. I would like to just take this time to mention that the African American Culture Club is performing their annual Black History Month showcase. Each year it's amazing, and we're all so excited to see it. I would also like to let you guys know that the Spanish Honor Society is making another trip to the elementary school. This Friday we're going to School 1, and we teach students and little kids Spanish. They don't really have Spanish that they're learning there. It's a great experience to interact with the younger kids and kind of see what's coming to high school, coming to the middle school as well. And that concludes my report today. Thank you.
Thank you. Board members, for our other reports, will there be a report out of our athletic committee?
Yes, Madam President. Monday morning, the boys and girls basketball teams are competing in round 1 of the playoffs. Boys will be in Mainland at 11:30 p.m. If anyone is interested in attending, please contact me. I will provide the ticket at the door. Girls are at Cherryville West at 10:30 a.m. Admission will be free. Basically, and I did not hear the results for the basketball.
Yes, I can give you an update on it. The boys fell short the mainland. The girls, when they first round against Cherryville, they beat the second round against Ocean City, where they fought hard again, but they fell short again. But it was a great season for both. 1,000-point score there, and the track team did as well, so the indoor events as well too. So Winslow is still winning, and athletics are still going on.
Thank you, Mr. Ms. Martin, with your report, can you tell us when that committee meeting took place at the committee?
Last Thursday.
Which was
16.
February 16th.
February 16th.
And Mr. Thomas, did you mention that at that basketball game that there was 1,000 the score made in the game was good.
Good. One playoff game with the girls. We had Ocean City today, which I got the information that the guys did make it to the playoffs, which was the first time in 5 years. So it's a great achievement by our students. Still moving forward, and I look forward to spring sports.
Okay. Spring is coming. Moving now, would there be a report out of our educational committee?
Yes, Madam President. The Winslow Township Board of Education Committee Chair, Julie Peterson, called to order at 4:05 on Tuesday, February 14th, 2023, via the district's WebEx. In attendance were board members Rita Martin, Cynthia Moore, Kelly Thomas, include leadership of the district administrative team, Dr. Darby Pakulo, Assistant Superintendent, Education Committee Liaison, and Dr. H. Major Petit, Superintendent. Discussion topics. A was committee introductions, just familiarizing. B, enrollment. At this time, we have 4,745 students. Our demographics are American Indian, 19, Asian, 101, Black, 2,616, Hawaiian, Pacific, 8, Hispanic, 937, multiple races, 248, white, 816. Currently, we have 1,204 classified students, 150 in out-of-district placement. So there are 1,054 in district. After-school tutoring, schools 1 through 6 have 188 participants. Middle school, 50 participants, and high school, 78 participants. Graduation rates 2018-2019, 78.3%. 2019 to 2020, 79.4%. 2020 to 2021, 79.6%. 2021 to 2022, 79%. Updates. Library construction completion. The library furniture for schools 1 through 4 arrived at the end of September, October, and students are currently utilizing the space. Each school selected colorful seating and rugs to make the centers attractive and inviting. School 1 through 3 are still working on completing the wall graphics. Staffing need and current vacancies. School 1 and 3 are in need of special education teachers. School 4, preschool teacher. High school art and Spanish teachers. Anticipated openings for the 2023-24 school year. Looks like there's 36 positions needed due to the retirement and staff shortage. School 1, preschool 2, 1, school 3, 4, school 4, 2, school 5, 1, school 6, 1, middle 13, high school 11. District's mental health, social, emotional learning. There are currently 2 mental health providers in the district who assist in the district's counselors and administrators with directing parents and students to appropriate resources. Each administrator has provided a list of outside agencies that can assist with mental health and social issues. Summer education programs. Both the summer extended learning and the summer enrichment programs will run from July 5th to August 1st, 2023. Summer enrichment program will operate for 15 days, 3 days per week from 9 to 12. The extended learning program for special education students will operate for 20 days, 3 days per week from 9 to 12. Assessment, the New Jersey Student Learning Assessment testing will begin May 1st and run through to 26. Graduation assessment requirements for the class of 2023. No graduation assessment requirements for any students. Graduation proficiency assessment field test for the class of 2023. Students must still meet all other graduation requirements, including credits, attendance, and curriculum expectations. Parental collaboration webinar overview and tips. Summer reading program, parental engagement. Parents will be provided with suggested summer reading materials. Collaborating with the marketing committee to highlight amongst the students' education, cultural, athletic achievement. Additional items, staff professional development. Bonus Day, February 17, 2023, which turned out to be a huge success based off of the letter we received. New Jersey Quality Single Accountability Continuum. CUSAC is the Department of Education's monitoring and and district self-evaluation system for public school districts. The system shifts the monitoring and evaluation focus from compliance to assistance, capacity building, and improvement. It is a comprehensive accountability system that consolidates and incorporates the monitoring requirements of applicable state laws and programs of complements federally required improvements. The plan focuses on monitoring and evaluating school districts in 5 key components that, based on research, have been identified as critical factors in effective school districts. These components are instruction and program, fiscal, governance, operations, and personnel. The meeting adjourned at 5:23 with the next committee meeting scheduled for 4 p.m. on Tuesday, March 21st. That concludes my report.
Ms. Martin, we have future discussion items?
Oh, sorry. Future discussion items. Winslow Township School District Steam Tank Exhibit, parental engagement strategies, supporting the whole child.
Thank you, Ms. Martin.
I have a question about the business. I thought the meetings were the second Tuesday of the month. Are we changing it for March?
Maybe it's the third Tuesday, it was the third Tuesday. It seemed closer, but it's the third.
It was the 14th.
14th. My mistake, that is the third.
And I just asked because I just updated my calendar, so I just want to know, is it going to be the 21st? 21st.
Thank you.
Very comprehensive. Education, very comprehensive. Just one question, Dr. McKee, it seems that Professional Development Day is very, very successful. Is that something that we consider having on a regular basis?
Well, it's a consideration. Again, first of all, let me commend Dr. Hartman and her staff for putting together to a lot of time, a lot of work, and a lot of resources. We really did put a lot of resources. That's the long version of the simple answer. That is, if we have the resources available, then we would like to continue, but I don't want to say yes and not be able to do so. Because it did cost a lot to bring in those things we had to do. We would love to be able to pending the availability of resources.
Okay. Good news. Thank you, Dr. Any further questions, comments on the education committee report? Moving down to the marketing committee, will give you a report out the marketing committee.
We don't have a report. We did meet today, earlier today, and the report will be submitted prior to the meeting.
Thank you, Mr. I just wanted to take, as regards now that we're on the board committee, to remind the board members that you are just required to meet once a month. So therefore, I don't expect that every single board meeting that there's going to be a report. I just wanted to remind us. Moving down to the operations committee, will there be a report out of the operations committee?
Yes, Madam President. The Operations Committee met on Tuesday, February 21st, 2023 at 5:30 p.m. In attendance was Mr. and myself, Ms. Coyle, Ms. Chico, and Mr. Mills. The following items were discussed. 1, capital project status. Fire alarms at school 1, 2, and 3. The contractor is at 100% complete. The contract is at closeout. Fire alarms at school 5 and 6. The contractor has completed the work and has scheduled inspection. Security alarms at the high school and middle school. The contractor has scheduled inspection. Walk-in refrigerator / freezer boxes at school 3, 4, 5, and 6. Demolition has been completed at school 4 and is in progress at school 6. The project is on schedule. 2021 to 2022 audit report. The report will be present at tomorrow night's board meeting, which is tonight. 2023-2024 school budget. State aid figures we we will release the first week of March. Potential capital projects, circulation pumps and the middle school plastic repairs came in over budget twice. We plan increasing both budgets to get the project complete. High school HVAC upgrade. The estimate project costs have increased. We plan on breaking the project into 2 phases to get the project done. School 6 HVAC upgrade. Grant money has been made available. We plan to apply for funding. The meeting adjourned at 5:55 p.m. and the next meeting is scheduled at 5:30 on March 21st.
Thank you, Mr. Any questions, comments, with regards to our report out of our operations committee? Moving down with regards to our policy committee, this month, there are no new or additional policies to the policy committee members that we will be going over. And as you know, we do meet 4:30 of every month, which will be tomorrow. So there will be no policy committee meeting tomorrow. Diversity, equity, and inclusion committee, I know that Ms. Kelly is not here, and so we will be looking at the report out of the Citizen Advisory Committee.
No report. The scheduled meeting is March 2nd at 7 p.m. in the administration.
Thank you, Mr. White. Moving now to the members, still on page 2. I'm asking for a motion at this time to approve the superintendent's report that begins at the middle of page 2 and continues through to the top of page 7. Is there a motion?
Motion to approve the superintendent report as it appears in the middle of page 2 all the way to page 7.
Peterson, second motion.
Moved by Ms. Evans, second by Ms. Peterson. Any further comments or questions? Hearing none, roll call please.
Ms. Redden,
Yes.
Ms. Martin,
Yes.
Ms. Moore,
Yes.
Ms. Nieves,
Yes.
Mr. Thomas,
Yes.
Ms. Peterson,
Yes.
Ms.
Yes. Thank you. Moving down to the members, I'm asking for a motion to approve the business administrator or secretary's report as it begins the middle of page 7 and continues through to the middle of page 12. Is there a motion?
Motion to approve the business administration report as it begins on page 7 and goes on page 12.
Peterson, second motion.
Moved by Ms. Evans, second by Ms. Peterson. Any further comments or questions?
Yes. Ms. Martin, page 10,
Page 10,
number 11,
number 11.
we have to stand. Because there's a clause.
Yes. Any further questions?
Yes. Number 10, Peterson abstained from number 11, where there is 12.
Thank you, Ms. Peterson. Any further?
Yes, page 11, number 12.
Number 12.
Yes. I am registered for that webinar as well.
Page 11, number 12.
Yes.
Now, I see 2 names. Are you saying that you want this to be included in this one?
Yes, because I have registered for that.
Okay. Ms. Chico?
Yes.
Yes.
Any further comments, questions? Hearing none, roll call please.
Ms. Redden,
Yes.
Ms. Martin,
Yes.
Ms. Moore,
Yes.
Ms. Nieves,
Yes.
Mr. Thomas,
Yes.
Ms. Peterson,
Yes.
and Ms. Pitts.
Yes, with the approval of the addition of Ms. Martin's name to page 11, number 12.
Motion is carried.
Thank you. Moving down to the members on page 12, I'm asking for a motion to approve the personnel report as it appears on page 12, it continues through to the middle of page 14. Is there a motion?
Motion to approve the personnel report beginning on page 12, going through page 14.
Peterson, second motion.
Moved by Ms. Nieves, second by Ms. Peterson. Any further comments or questions? Hearing none, roll call please.
Ms. Redden?
Yes.
Ms. Martin?
Yes.
Ms. Moore?
Yes.
Ms. Nieves?
Yes.
Mr. Thomas?
Yes.
Ms. Peterson?
Yes.
Ms. Pitts?
Yes. Thank you. Yes, sir.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to take the opportunity, at least this opportunity, to acknowledge Mr. Green Chapchai. We have to come as the new principal of Winslow Township Middle School. You happened to come on a board meeting tonight, but we had so much going on. But we appreciate your patience, Mr. Chapchai. I know you have your wife and mother-in-law here. On behalf of this administration and the school board, we want to congratulate you. You've already been, of course, a member of this administrative team as well as the Winslow Township School District family. And we look forward to your leadership at the middle school. So congratulations on behalf of all of us.
Moving now, board members, on page 14, moving to our addendum. That's our pink sheet that we have, and I believe we have had an opportunity to review it. So therefore, at this time, I'm going to ask for a motion to approve the Business Administrative Board Secretary report as it appears on our first page. Is there a motion?
Motion to approve the Business Administrators Board Secretary's report, addendum page 1.
Peterson, second motion.
Moved by Ms. Nieves, second by Ms. Peterson. Any further comments or questions? Hearing none, roll call please.
Ms. Redden?
Yes.
Ms. Martin?
Yes.
Ms. Moore?
Yes, with the exception of number one, person code.
Ms. Nieves?
Yes.
Mr. Thomas?
Yes.
Ms. Peterson?
Yes.
Ms. Pitts?
Yes.
Motion is carried.
Thank you. Moving now, board members, to the addendum, I'm asking for a motion to approve the superintendent's report. Simone, I know there's something else that I'm supposed to include with that statement. The superintendent recommends, I believe.
Oh, yeah. It was written into the agenda, which I think was the point that was made a few years back. That we do have it in the agenda. If you mention it, it's probably helpful, but it's not an obligation since it's in the agenda anyway.
Thank you. So therefore, the superintendent's report, motion to approve the superintendent's report as it appears on the agenda, page 2.
Motion to approve the superintendent's report as it appears on the addendum page 2.
Peterson, second motion.
Moved by Ms. Nieves, second by Ms. Peterson. Further comments or questions? Hearing none, roll call please.
Ms. Redden?
Yes.
Ms. Martin?
Yes.
Ms. Moore?
Yes.
Ms. Nieves?
Yes.
Mr. Thomas?
Yes.
Ms. Peterson?
Yes.
Ms. Pitts?
Yes. Thank you. Moving down to the members, I'm at the top, page 15, I open public records app. Ms. Chico?
Yes. Winslow Township responded to following the current council period.
Excuse me, Ms. Chico, you're gonna have to speak into your mic.
It's not working.
The Winslow Township Board of Education responded to the following request from February 3rd, 2023 to February 16th, 2023. The following were requested. Mr. Joe Thomas, he wanted to know the GPA average for all athletic groups. That record was denied because the records do not exist. He asked for how many athletes are ineligible, that was provided, and how many women wrestlers are there and what grades that was provided. Also, Dean Nicholas requested the closed session board meeting minutes to January 11th, and that includes the other public records request.
Yes, I just wanted to make a correction for the record. We did eventually provide Mr. Thomas with the GPA
Thank you. Moving now at this point, board members, Dr. Cochi, informational items.
Yes. I have 3 informational items, Madam President, members of the board and community. As we had announced the last school board meeting, our district town hall meeting is scheduled for March the 15th here at the middle school cafeteria. Flyers have already gone home with our young people. You should see this town hall meeting posted on a couple of billboards around town. That should start showing up now, if not, haven't already posted, but in the very, very near future, you should see the town hall meeting being posted. Of course, the town hall meeting, flyers have already gone home with our young people. I'll start robocalls next week, and so we're really maybe 2.5 weeks away, trying to encourage more parents to come out for our mental health and social emotional learning workshop. Winslow Township Education Association is sponsoring a Read Across America event Thursday, March 2nd at school number 5 from 6:30 to 7:30. Flyers for that event will be going home soon with our young people. You have to make sure you register in advance. So we'll make sure that the building principals provide that information to the young people. Last but not least, the Future Chefs Challenge. This is a culinary competition. Students from schools 5 and 6 will compete for a top prize. Finals will be held here Wednesday, March the 22nd at our second board meeting of the month here in the middle school cafeteria. The winner of that event will have an opportunity to be entered in a Future Chefs national competition. Prior to the pandemic, we had that competition here. It was always an enjoyable time for the board, as many of you have participated in the food tasting portion of that competition. We look forward to your participation as we move forward. And I know the young people at schools 5 and 6 are looking forward to that competition. That concludes my information items this evening, Madam President. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Cochi. Before we go into more business, since we do have our council person here on board one, and Mr. Glickman, I'm not putting you on the spot, but do we know the outcome of the firefighters, fire department's election that took place this past Saturday?
At this moment, I can official results as passed, and it appears there are not enough balance to change the outcome.
Thank you. Continuing now on business, I just want to remind us board members that we're going to give $7.50 to this board this evening for the ad that we're going to place for the spring festival. Just wanted to remind us. Any other old business board members you would like to bring up at this time?
I had 2 items, Mr. Smith.
Mr. Young?
I just wanted to thank Dr. Cochi, the administration, teachers and staff, who helped the marketing committee compile all the student events going on for Black History Month that are now posted on the district Facebook pages. So if you have not had an opportunity to see what each school has been doing for Black History Month, please do so. We have a very comprehensive curriculum. I was very impressed when I received the results. I mean, there were even specific teachers who gave up their lesson plans for what they were doing. So I just want to thank everybody for providing that information. It was really helpful. And please go and share those posts so we can spread the good news with Winslow's curriculum.
Thank you.
And my second item, I guess it's kind of old business, as we've been talking about it for a bit. I know we were talking about having, or utilizing the NJSPRA, the New Jersey Schools Public Relations Association. I did reach out to the vice president of the organization. They are willing to come out and make a presentation to the board. So if the board approves, I can reach out and we can schedule that if everyone is in agreement.
That is good news, Mr. Evans, so we can take that particular issue right now.
Do you have a date?
You have a date.
Yeah, I wanted to make sure that we would have board approval first before I went back to her.
Well, let me ask, is there any board member that would not be in agreement to having this presentation. Okay, Ms. Evans, you're going to read it, then we need to,
That was what the way the person was asking, nobody said no, you got it. I was just the only thing I was mentioning this the other is, if you do get a date, you can let Dr. Parkman and Dr. Cookie and the board president know so that it can be appropriately listed on the
Very much, so I'll reach out, and as soon as I hear back, I will reach out to Dr. Martinez as to if there's a meeting appropriately put on the agenda.
thank you, Ms. Evans, for moving so quickly on that.
Yes, absolutely.
Any further old business? Moving down to new business, any new business, board members, you would want to discuss at this time?
Madam President, it wasn't new business, but informational. I attended a workshop, early childhood clinical programming, impacting the mental health of early learners, and it was given today at 3:30 by Effective School Solutions. They are sending their PowerPoint presentation out here.
Excellent, thank you, Mr. Thomas.
Yes, just some informational items, just to make sure. The Lewis Bay is sending the municipal leader scholarship for the Winslow Township and the mayor's to March 10th. But the for scholarship this is June, please contact the administration so you can get your application for that scholarship. Also, as the Economic Development Council, their consideration for Jake's Place coming to town to Winslow Township, keeping consideration for that. I also know there's some plans about development coming on Route 73 that we should just pay attention to. There's going to be some big things happening, a lot of development coming to Winslow Township that will impact our district. That's it.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Thomas. Any further business? Thank you, board members. Moving now to our public comment portion.
Yes, thank you, Madam President. The Winslow Township Board of Education highly values the input of citizens in making important decisions that affect the children of our community. We believe in the rights of citizens to observe board meetings, to ensure that all of our citizens have the opportunity to attend school board meetings and offer comment, and to ensure that the board can conduct the important business of the district. We ask that the speakers follow the guidelines for making public comment. Those wishing to make comments will be recognized by the board secretary, and we ask that you kindly respect the following procedures. 1, all members of the public attending school board meetings must treat each other in the words of respect. 2, state your full name and address before beginning your comments. 3, please limit your comments to 4 minutes. 4, in the event we are unable to answer your question this evening, please submit your questions to the Board of Education with your name, address, and telephone number where you can be contacted. Your questions will be answered within a reasonable time. And lastly, individuals offering citizen comment are not permitted to make personal attacks on any district employee, board member, other testifier, or member of the public. Thank you.
At this time, board members, I'm asking for approval. Ms. Chico, will there be any names of anyone who has assisted before I ask for approval to move into public comment? I just wanted to know.
Yes.
At this time, I'm asking for a motion from the board to approve our moving into public comment. Is there a motion?
Motion to approve moving into public comments.
Peterson, second motion.
Moved by Mr. Everett, second by Mr. Peterson. All in favor?
Aye.
Any nays? Thank you. Ms. Chico?
Can I start?
I'm sorry, Ms. Chico.
Kenneth Scott.
Ken Scott.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
Just want to say I definitely did enjoy the children coming up, expressing their love and experiences, and gratitude for Black history. A question to the board tonight in seeing that where are we at with compliance when it comes to the Amistad program that is set to ensure that African American history, education, and experiences and contributions are included in the social studies curriculum. And in asking that, what homicide law applied in the CUSAC application and adopted into school.
I'll give you the overview, and if there's any specifics, I'll ask Dr. Carter, who's Assistant Superintendent for Curriculum Instruction. As a state school district, a part of the state conglomerate, we have the homicide curriculum incorporated into the curriculum here at the Winslow Township School District. It's a requirement that we do so. When the CUSAC committee representing the state come in and look at our curriculum, they look at everything. They don't necessarily just look for one thing in particular, but I would include that would be part of what they would be looking for to make sure that we met that requirement. So I would say yes. Is there anything else, Dr. Carter?
No, that's exactly right. It is a requirement. It's part of the state standards. So we are given a set of expectations from the state, and our curriculum has to align with that. And it's set up on a grade stand what we are to cover, and then the district determines how that will be determined. But the homicide curriculum is a requirement. It is the integration of it. It is not a standalone.
Thank you. Just a second question now. In that report, you just what you said, reference to homicide, and is there a present in your past or the future report in regards to that?
So, as a part of the CUSAC overview review, when it comes to curriculum, each curricular area is examined by the State Department. And so part of that, we're looking to see whether or not we've integrated all of the standards required by the state of New Jersey. Part of that includes, and there is guidelines where we cover contributions by various groups. It has to be outlined, and you have to show how you're going to do that. That's left up to each individual district as to how you implement the curriculum, as long as it is integrated as part of your curriculum. So it addresses, we have to cover such things as making sure that the standard is identified, and they check to make sure that that's aligned with the state standards, that your objectives, your goals are there, the resources that you will incorporate, and how you're going to address all of the various subgroups, and making sure that those standards are also related to those students. So it is a part of the CUSAC review, and that was a part of our review that we went through the 1st of February. So each single area is examined by the state. So we don't give them a sample. The state has access to every curriculum that we have. So there is no hiding anything. They can see for themselves. So the first process is that we go through and we evaluate our own curriculum. We give ourselves a rating. We then submit all of that information along with documentation to support the rating that we gave ourselves. The state then asks that we send them or grant them access to everything that we have. So if you go on the district website, you may see a link that says CUSAC, but it's not functional. That's because it's not there for the public. It was there for the state, and they have a password to get there because we're granting them access to a ton of information. So once they get all of the information that we have said, and I'm talking volumes of information, and we submit this information 4 to 6 weeks prior to them coming in to review. Once they do that, they then go back and they rate the district again to see whether or not we may have given ourselves credit and really didn't earn the credit based upon their standards. So far, as Dr. Coates said earlier, once our curriculums were examined, we got really good feedback, and we don't have any recommendations at this point for improvement. And we were asked whether or not we would be willing to share some of the things that we did in our curriculum with the other education consortium.
So the answer is yes, sir.
Like I said, I only asked that because when I remember discussing it in the records, I know 50% of the population of students African American. I want to make sure outside of February that we all want our kids to be educated about history and things like that.
Absolutely.
Another component is our library, we can say the content in our library that provides the content.
One minute off.
Good evening, my name is Monica Claude, 37 of New Jersey. I don't want to sound repetitive, but I'm not understanding some things in regards to the African American studies, different from the comments that are in connection with the comments that. I just want to read two things. I only have 4 minutes, so if the answers have to be answered to me later, I'm okay with that as well. The expansion of African American studies in New Jersey will grant our students the opportunity to learn the innumerable ways in which Black Americans have shaped and strengthened our country, said Governor Bill Murphy. And the next one is African American history has been enshrined in the statewide social studies standard since 1990s and subsequently codified in the law with the passage of the 2002 Olmstead legislation that required New Jersey schools to incorporate African American history into social studies curriculum, said Dr. Angela Allen McMillan, acting commissioner of New Jersey. So in New Jersey, they strive and fiercely and honestly to make sure that our culture, African American history, is being taught to our children. Not just African American history, but 82 or roughly 83% of the demographics in our school system. I was going to remember as board member Ms. Rita was saying, roughly 82%, 82.7% to be exact, of our students are of color in Winslow Township schools. I think that it will be of service seeing the program that we saw tonight, just a bit of what's happening for the 1619 program at School 2 tomorrow. And my grandson is also having a program at School 6, which I don't understand how those two are colliding, because I can't be in both, and I would love to have been in both programs to see the kids show their proudness of being an African American student, or just being an African American period. So my question is, the curriculum, I know you all put a lot of time into your curriculum, but I would like to see a real true curriculum that is from the governor from kindergarten all the way up to 12th grade, so that when I ask my grandkids what you learn in school, they can come home and tell me how proud they are of being who they are from our past history, so that their present can build their future. Right now, they're not being taught that. So I don't know what the number or what curriculum that you have, but if so, is there a way the public, like myself, can see it? Because I don't want to come up here shooting like wolves. I want to know through research, and I did research. I went on the internet to try to find Winslow Township curriculum. It doesn't give me that information. So if I'm able to get that information, I'd love to be able to see the curriculum that we're providing to our students right now. And the last thing I have is, this is just a question, you can answer this later. I questioned if I was, what I have to go through to be a citizen of Winslow Township, to be able to visit the schools, so that I can make an honest and fair assessment, to be able to bring good feedback to the Board of Education. Well, last week on February 8th, I heard the president state that every board member has a school that they're adopted to go to. So us as a community citizen advisory board, me as a community member, I really don't need the access, because the board members should have that access, or do have that access, to be able to go into the schools and see the temperature of what's going on inside the schools, so that we can make sure that we are staying innovative, to make sure that we can provide the right policies and procedures, the right dress codes, everything under the umbrella, to make sure that we are moving in time with our children, because this time in this era is changing. And if we don't change with it, we can't educate our children appropriately. So I want to know if the board members are actively going to their schools that they have adopted to make sure they can bring back the right feedback to us as a community, to let us parents know that you do have our children's educational process in this new innovative world at the best heart. Thank you.
Ms. Lord, I can promise you that at your next citizen advisory committee meeting, which is March 2nd, that I believe that we'll be able to answer your questions fully. Okay?
Thank you.
Madam President, that concludes time up.
Okay. Thank you. Board members, therefore, at this time, I'm asking, sorry? Do you have a reason? At this time, I'm asking for a motion to adjourn the public comments.
Motion to adjourn public comments.
Second.
Moved by Ms. Nieves, second by Ms. Peterson, all in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. Moving down to the second, session, Mr. Long.
Yes, Madam President, we do have an executive session this evening. In accordance with the requirements of the Open Public Meetings Act, we will be adjourning into executive session on February 22nd, 2023 at approximately 8:55 p.m. Of the 9 exceptions granted that permit us to do so, I would refer to number 1. The statutory citation would be 18A-37-12.2 at SEC regarding matters involving HIV. And the other would be item 8, matters involving personnel related to evaluative and goal-related personnel matters of a general nature. I would anticipate that we would be in executive session for approximately 45 minutes, and I am uncertain at this point whether or not we will be taking any formal action coming out of an executive session. We may in fact be doing so.
Thank you, Mr. Long. At this time, board members, I'm asking for a motion to approve our moving to executive session. Is there a motion?
Motion to approve our moving into executive session.
Peterson, second.
Moved by Ms. Nieves, second by Ms. Peterson. Roll call, please.
Ms. Redden?
Yes.
Ms. Martin?
Yes.
Ms. Moore?
Yes.
Ms. Nieves? Yes. Mr. Thomas?
Yes.
Ms. Peterson?
Yes.
Ms. Pitts?
Yes.
Motion carries.
Thank you. And now moving into our executive session.